G'day, Baz here from buildsbybaz.com, and we're getting on quite well with the 3-foot version of the Mark II Colonial Viper. I think it's actually about, 980 millimeters, which I think is about 39 inches, somewhere close to that. So yeah, I've got it all glued up now. All the major parts are done. I did have the guns glued on, but I've just pulled them off again because they were out of alignment. They were pointing out to the sides instead of straight ahead as a line of sight fire weapon for the pilot to line up. My friend Josh at Mundy & Co in Canberra has CNC routed this out for me, which is the base plate for the stand, and that was a 3D file from Thingiverse. Quite handy. I was going to cast it, but now I'm just going to paint it up, seal it, paint it up all pretty, and I've got some very, very thick timber to put underneath it. So it'll be a nicely painted top and it'll be a solid timber base, all polished and buffed to look cool. Welded this up today. It all screws onto the bottom, so I'll give that a clean up and a paint, and then I can put the mounting screws up through these holes into the bottom of the fuselage under there. So I'm cleaning up these stitch drilled holes for the access panels in the engines now, and then I can start to build the details and insert those in. I've still got to put details in the back here, which I'll just scratch build from random bits of wood and plastic and glue it all up, give it a paint. And also in the avionics and armament systems in the side access panels there in the nose. I've got a grill to build to put in the front of that, pretty that up. Also got to put a grill in there and pretty that up. A little bit of tidying to do. I've inserted a piece of wood in a gap there, which I've got to sand and paint. A little gap just at the back there, which I've did the same, and another one just at the front there, which I don't even know how that happened. This radical grind that I had to fix up. But luckily for me, this thing does look a little bit rough in spots. The paint kind of bubbles no matter what I did there. Sanded that back so many times, it just kept doing it. So luckily the windowsill is going to go there, the edge of the canopy, and by the time I've done all the weathering and battle damage and a bit of airbrush work, adding more details in under here, this thing will look the goods. And I think I remember from the show, they were 5 years with a very aged old fleet, and every time they got in a battle, these things were getting worse, held together with whatever they could. So it'll certainly look that part. Anyway, if you want to see the full story, go to www.buildsbybaz.com and click on the little Viper tab at the top, or you can find me on Facebook on any of the Builds by Baz Facebook groups. Cheers.